Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a new F-150 with the RMT Off-Road package. Now, the reason why I wanted to review this truck today is because there are some crazy deals to be had on some of these lifted F-150s. Now, this truck is being provided to me by the Ed Kenley Ford here in Layton, Utah, so I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And I would recommend checking out the prices on some of these trucks, because when I looked at their website earlier this morning, some of these trucks have like $10,000 discounts on them. So yeah, it makes this a lot more appealing, that is for sure. But as always, let's just get into the video. So powering this particular RMT Off-Road is the 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 400 horsepower and then 410 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end of this truck, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So with the RMT Off-Road, they don't really change anything with the hood. The truck is built off of an XLT, for those of you that are wondering. So you do get LED lights, which is nice. And then it's built off an XLT Sport, so you've got the darker grille here and then the body painted bumper at the bottom. This does have tow hooks on the front end. And with the lift and all that, it has a really cool front end appearance. Now around the side here, we've got 35s wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and in the back, as you can see. Now with the exact tire and wheel setup, it's 35 by 12.5 by 20. I think it looks pretty sweet. You can see with the wheel design all blacked out, and they have the red brake caliper to contrast with the RMT logo. And just look how aggressive these tires are. Now this does have a 6-inch lift, so it sits pretty high. I'll show you guys a side view in just a moment. And they have these really cool body painted fender flares as well. And then in the rear, we do have Fox shocks. So here's your full side view with the truck. It just has such a cool stance with the 35s with the 6-inch lift. I mean, this thing looks absolutely massive. I mean, there's a regular F-150, and then you guys can see that looks like that's a Rocky Ridge, which is basically the same truck, just with a slightly different design. I mean, it's just, this truck's so much bigger. And then look at the exhaust tips here. Those look really sweet as well. And then here is the rest of the rear of the truck, so you guys can kind of see the total design. Now, the only downside about this being built off of an XLT is you have the standard taillights, not the upgraded LEDs that you get on like a Lariat. Now, instead of reviewing each individual lifted truck that they have, I just want to quickly show you guys some of the other trucks that they have. So this is the Rocky Ridge package, which, if you guys don't know, all of these lifted trucks come from the same company, and so that's why the specs in them are all so similar. They just kind of have some different design themes with stuff like the wheels, as you can see, are a little bit different on this Rocky Ridge package. But look at the exhaust tips. I mean, that's identical. Brake calipers painted red. Obviously, you have the Rocky Ridge badge. But this is another truck that there are some pretty dang good deals happening on right now. So if you don't like the lifted style of the RMT Off-Road, you've got this one. And there's a few more. So you've got black and red with some Rocky Ridges as well. And then there's the Black Widow. This is the name that probably most of you know about, because I feel like it's the most like famous out of the lifted trucks. But again, they're all pretty much the same with the build. This one's obviously in blue, and you can see the wheel design here is a little bit different. Obviously, you got the Black Widow spiders and everything there on the side of the truck. And this one's a completely different setup. This is the Black Ops package, so it's actually from Tuscany, so it's a little bit of a different build compared to these other trucks, but also there's a lot of similarities with this. So you guys can see we've got big wheels, off-road tires, big fender flares, but notice you've got like custom bodywork here on the side with it. You've got the front bumper as well, and then you can see custom painted front grille, and then you also have the custom hood as well. But again, it's kind of in that same theme of being a lifted truck. But anyways, let's dive into the interior of our lifted truck. Ooh. So we've got these cool power side steps here, and then we've got the normal XLT door panel. This one has blind spot monitoring and the Bang & Olufsen sound system, for those of you that are wondering. But another thing with this package is they do a leather swap. You can see we've got these upgraded leather seats inside here. And then if we actually pop inside with the rest of the truck, we do have like custom gauges, but it's all normal XLT. And I'll actually start it up here so you guys can kind of see. Ooh. This does have the larger display, so it's got the 12-inch screen, but they don't really change anything else inside of the truck with this particular package. So it's mostly just the seats. And by the way, the back seats also have the leather trim on them as well. Okay, so here is the sticker for this truck. You guys can see the original MSRP on the truck was $62,660, and then here's this off-road package. So you can see it adds the 6-inch lift, you've got the Fox shocks, the wheels, speedo recalibration. The biggest thing that I think is pretty cool though is the fact you have a warranty with this 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. So here's the total original MSRP, $82,585. Like I said, check out their website for exact pricing, but when I looked at some of these trucks on their website, there was some pretty hefty discounts, which basically gives you a lot of this package for free because you're not paying the retail price, you're getting a big discount. Anyways, let's drive it and sum things up. We are going to set off in this RMT Off-Road, and I can tell you, since I've reviewed quite a few of these trucks, this is going to drive identically to the Black Widow and to the Rocky Ridge. The FTX drives slightly different, but it's pretty close. Or not the FTX, Black Ops. FTX is the same as Black Ops, though, to be honest. Just different kind of color themes. Black Ops is obviously all blacked out, whereas FTX is not all blacked out. First off, seat cover's really good. These leather seats are really solid. Now, they don't change the actual like padding with the seats, they just change the skins, but you know, just changing the skin on a seat can make it more or less comfortable depending on what you do. Also, I absolutely deeply hate this road now. It's always so hard to pull out. If you live up in Layton, you'll understand. But yeah, the 5.0 V8 moves these 35s no problem. Really good torque right off the bat. Smooth too. The thing that's great about the F-150 platform is it's a good platform to lift. The ride quality of new F-150s is so car-like, and so when you lift the truck, that obviously is gonna, you know, provide some level of harshness. It actually, the platform handles it very well. Like the F-150 is one of those trucks where you could put a crappy lift on this truck and it would still drive well. So when you have a good lift on it, it drives really well. It handles like a lifted truck, so there's quite a bit of body roll. I'll get on it in just a moment here. That sounds so good. Gotta love that 5.0 V8. Yeah, such a cool sound. I'm honestly surprised that so many people go for the EcoBoost over the 5.0 because the fuel economy difference is pretty minimal. Like the EcoBoost is slightly more economical, but not that much. But the 5.0, I mean, like, talk about, I know the Ford's had the EcoBoost out for a while, so the reliability is good with that engine, but you can't beat a naturally aspirated V8 when it comes to reliability and sound too. Like, I'd rather hear this than the EcoBoost all day long. But on the highway here, you do get a bit of wind noise, pretty typical trucks. Tire noise is actually pretty minimal, and it rides really well. It's very smooth. So they did a great job overall. So to sum things up here with this truck, I think this package looks really cool. Now, I've kind of held back a little bit with these trucks. Now, you know, with the MSRP pricing of like almost $20,000 for this package, I understand why it's priced at that point, right? Because they're providing a warranty, and you know, obviously, you know, there's got to be some padding for some profit for the company that makes all these lifted trucks. But at like I said, some of these trucks I guess on the website were like a $10,000 discount. At a $10,000 discount, getting an F-150 with 35s, a 6-inch lift, upgraded wheels, leather interior, like, that's a really good deal. I know that some people might argue with me in the comment section below, and feel free to do that, but I mean, okay, just quickly break this apart. Just cost on these items, okay? So if you take a leather interior, you're probably like $2,000, $2,500 just to swap the seat skins, okay? And then with a 6-inch lift, I mean, what, another like $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, and this is not including installation, right? Depends on, you know, where you get installed and all that kind of stuff. And then the shocks, I mean, those aren't crazy expensive shocks. I think those are like $1,000. And then, you know, wheels, tires, right? 35s are expensive nowadays. I mean, you're talking like, you know, almost $2,000 in tires, and then for brand new ones, right? Obviously. And then in wheels, yeah, you're probably another $2,000. So like, when you add up all these items before labor cost, you're like pretty much $10,000. And then you take into account, you know, the labor to install this and then the warranty and everything. And it's like, you're getting a lot of value, in my opinion, for again, with the discounted ones, right? For $10,000 roughly. So let me know what you guys think about this, but I think with the discount, super, super good value. And so if you're looking for a lifted truck, I'd rather go this route for sure with a discount rather than doing it myself, because the cost is the same and you wouldn't have a warranty if you did it yourself.